Mike's Daily Podcast.
FFF, episode 931. Host Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley. It's Mike Matthews. Look over there, it's Haley.
Hi.
Haley's back. Today, it's the return of the much-loved character, Haley, played by Haley, who has a special secret segment that will spring on me like a loaded trap. Plus, we'll hear from Madame Rootabega,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
Valentino, Bison Bentley, and you should have a lot of omega.
Mike's Daily Podcast,
3 fatty acids, apparently. Last night was the Emmys, and I watched Lost in Space. Usually, I never pass up an opportunity to see Andy Samberg's face, but I decided to avoid all the stilted speeches and the slow awards show pace. But I was happy to hear John Hamm got an award for that TV show before it was too late. Well, it was too late.
Oh.
Mad Men's gone.
Oh.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
This is all from me, who doesn't watch whatever's on
Mike's
because I don't have a TV.
Daily
It's just Netflix for me.
Podcast.
Or occasionally the YouTube app that's on my Vizio. I hook up the laptop and I go to a couple network websites like for Modern Family, etc. BTW, that Sofia Vergara can sure fill out a designer dress. Am I right? That's still not enough to watch an award show for me, though.
Hi. Mad Men's really gone?
Yeah, that was the last season.
Oh, that's a shame. They had a really good setup because they could just go back and do any episodes they wanted. Because, like, they were all pretty experienced actors.
Yeah. Wait, they could go back and do whatever episode?
That's what I heard. I was talking to my friend about it. She was a big fan of it. Basically, she was saying that the way the show worked is, the actors were such, like, a tight-knit community and friends with each other, and they were so experienced, and they worked along with the show writers so well that basically, because they had a limited amount of sets and they had such experienced actors, that anytime they wanted to do new episodes or they had new episodes scheduled, they could just slap them together and do them really quickly because they got the script, they knew the script, bam, just acted it out.
Wow.
That's what I heard anyway. Yeah.
I liked it. It was weird watching it for me because towards the end, I'm like, oh crap, I was born now. And I'm like, oh my God. So like my mom was a hot mama like this woman here in this episode, and this is how they dressed, and it's kind of weird. It made me feel weird. Like my dad could be John Hamm. Every
time I wake up, I'm like, oh crap, I was born.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. That's a great way to start the day.
Yeah, that and primal screaming.
You do that? Is there a specific pitch, a key, a note that you have to hit when you're primal
Not
screaming?
really. Like, you'll feel that tickle in your throat.
I wonder what that feels like. Oh, look, who just walked in. Hello, Michael Mash. This is Madame Rootabega. I wonder what note that was, Madame Rootabega. I don't know. C above G. I don't know what you're talking about.
Might have been a C. I don't know. I don't have very good pitch.
I don't have omega-3 fatty acids. I have Rootabega-3 fatty acids. Ooh, ha, ha.
Oh, come on. You're not that fat.
I could stand to lose a few pounds. Well, you know, I hear that it's good fat, though, is Rootabega-3 fatty acids.
I always thought it was a root.
A root?
A root.
There are a lot of good roots to eat for you, like
ginger.
Ginger. Perfect. Yes.
Sarsaparilla. Ooh. That's not good for you, but it tastes good when you put it in root beer.
Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer and sometimes sarsaparilla. I'm the brewmaster. Oh boy.
Brewmaster, you were on the last show.
I was. I didn't say anything though.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Haley, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was hot around here.
It sure got hot in the Bay Area again.
Yeah, which was weird since it wasn't particularly hot on Saturday, but I was staying inside most of the day. And then Sunday came around and it was really hot.
Yeah, yesterday frickin' jeez.
Sucked.
That's the only good thing about my other job is I'm in an air-conditioned room all day, which actually the air conditioning is like super, it's going on full blast, and I actually have to wear a hat. I kind of feel guilty.
Yeah. I have this lovely sweater. It's nice and comfy.
That is a nice sweater. It's did someone knit that for you?
No, I bought it at Target.
Really? That looks almost anthropology-ish.
I don't know what that means in respect to clothes.
Anthropology is known for kind of like clothes like what you're wearing. Like kind of...
Is that a clothes company?
They make some clothes, but it's mostly furniture. Have you been to the one in San Francisco?
No.
My ex-wife used to drag me to them all the time.
Nice.
Actually... I used to like going to them because there's so many interesting odd things like doorknobs and stuff, and but it's all way overpriced.
Oh well, you know, it's whatever. It's like going into a Tuesday morning.
Oh God, I hate Tuesday morning.
Really?
What?
I love Tuesday morning. They have everything.
Do they really?
They have almost everything.
It's
like
so
you
bright in there with
the
fluorescent lights.
Oh, it is a little bit of a warehouse type thing, but they're all like slightly discounted.
Oh, okay.
Not really. Sometimes they're slightly discounted. Sometimes it's the same price. I got a super sweet deal on something once.
Wow, I wonder what it was.
It was a cardboard playset for a like a little coffee stand thing, and my mom's starting her own daycare. So she needed little things for the kids to play with.
Oh,
so I got it for her birthday. And it was just
that's really nice.
A bunch of pieces of this really stiff, high quality cardboard that you put together, and it turned into this little coffee stand. And then you flipped it around, and it was a cupcake stand.
That's awesome. So you could do coffee and cupcakes all day.
And it was really cheap because it was on clearance. It was like $10.
It's Rob Black. Great way to make a little extra money is to set up a coffee stand. When that doesn't work, flip it around. Cupcake stand. I'm kind of doing Ira Glass, actually. Ira Glass. Today's show in 3 acts. Cupcake show. Cupcake stand. Then coffee stand. It's American life. I don't know. Rob Black and Ira Glass together. That'd be Ira Black.
That's actually just a really good voice. You could do your whole podcast in that if you actually had interesting things to...
Welcome to NPR. Today, we'll be talking about things... like
today
cardboard boxes.
I learned that on Saturday I learned that only 88% of people think that the government isn't controlled by lizard people.
That's right, you sent me a thing about conspiracy theories.
We'll have to discuss it on another show because I didn't bring it to prepare it, but it was interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, I wrote you back, though. I thought it was interesting that it was phone calls.
Yeah.
It was automated phone calls, I think they got that information from. Which I'm a little leery of because so many, like, millennials don't even answer calls that come in that are, you know, like...
If there's surveys and stuff, a fair amount of us will because usually there's money in that.
You get money?
Sometimes through the surveys.
So millennials can be bought.
Yeah, we need money.
All right.
It was about, I think 50% of millennials would sell an organ to get rid of their student loans.
Huh. Well, if it's one you don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
Spleen. Yeah. Spleen. I was gonna go to spleen.
Just get rid of your spleen. No one needs it.
Who needs a spleen?
Millennials definitely don't need a liver.
Yeah. On that note, any good alcoholic recipes you'd like to share today? Because after the weekend, you usually come in with some kind of interesting alcoholic beverage idea that... Like one time you threw like a bunch of things together and had a thing.
That was the only time.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but it was like half 7-Up, a fair amount of grenadine, like a shot of rum, a shot of tequila, and then top it off with root beer. And it doesn't sound tasty, but it was.
Yeah. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. Then I learned my girlfriend's allergic to tequila, so... That's a no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder what's she allergic to, like because they take it from the aloe vera plant or whatever.
Yeah, they take it from she's not allergic to aloe, or she's not allergic to cacti. It's blue agave that they take it from. But I guess somewhere in the processing, it's other people have had allergic reactions, and it was actually a blessing that we had silver tequila, because stronger reactions can come from gold tequila. And stronger reactions means anaphylactic shock.
Oh no.
Yeah, so she was just kind of itchy and red.
Oh god.
So luckily it didn't get to anything dangerous.
Oh well. There's a bevy of other beverages she can enjoy now.
Yeah, but I can't have most of them.
Oh.
Most beverages
because it's grain-based.
Are grain-based.
Which I had some beer on Friday. Mm-hmm. That was a fun Friday. I went and met up with some friends over in Redwood City, but beforehand I walked Basil across from where Facebook is. There's a park.
Right.
I talked about on the last show.
Is that Los Gatos? Or is that over?
I think they consider it like Menlo Park or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know right across the bridge here.
Yeah, it's right across the bridge here.
Yeah, no, I know where that is.
And where we are in Podcastro Valley, Mont.
That's really, really close to our other job's transmitter.
Yes.
Extremely close.
That's right.
Right across the street.
Because we work in AM radio.
AM radio.
And you need to have a transmitter
right by the water.
Right by the water. Mm-hmm. It turns it to a huge conductor.
Yep. Don't go in the water, you'll get zapped.
Yeah, nobody goes in the bay. Did you notice that? Nobody ever swims in the bay.
It's because it's gross. It's like no one swims in the Hudson.
Oh, I guess so. I guess we have a lot in common with New York in that way.
New York, New York.
And then I sang at the beginning of my show. I listened back last night as I was driving home. I'm like, oh shoot, I needed to boost my mic up because you couldn't really hear what I was saying in my opening song. But I
finally.
I know, maybe that was a good thing. And I did karaoke on Friday night in these little rooms in Hayward. They've got these little rooms you can rent out. My friend did. It's like $25 an hour. And all it is, Haley, is a TV, just a piece of whatever flat screen TV. And you know, mics hooked in. And they have these awful, like, badly produced karaoke videos, you know, where they show the lyrics.
And there's just like a river flowing.
Yeah, whatever random footage they could get that they didn't have to pay for.
White text, but now it's turning green.
And the room stunk of cigarettes, leather couches, and weird lights. And a fluorescent painting on the wall.
Very nice.
Of like fish.
I love fish.
And
you know this. I love sharks.
Maybe you should go to this in Hayward.
I'd rather go to an aquarium.
Oh, my cell phone just vibrated, but I think that was just... Oh, it's almost 6. Anyway, that's the sound it made. Then I talked to my... Oh, sorry, one last thing.
Continue. Please continue.
But you're going to hold that thought.
I'm going to hold this thought while you say...
My new roommate is Asian, and I told him what I did, and he goes, oh, yeah, we do that all the time in China. We rent out rooms.
What, radio?
No, rooms with the karaoke.
Oh,
and it's like little parties. And
there's a Korean karaoke bar right by where I live.
Really? See, it's all over the bay then.
I guess so.
Have you ever been to it?
Nope.
That was the first time. It was an interesting experience. It is pricey for what you get. Oh, but they do give you a CD of what you guys did.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can just wake up the next morning with your head hurting and...
Yeah.
Wonder what the hell is coming out of your living room, and then you realize you just put the CD on loop and you're listening to your horrid voice sing karaoke.
I'm sure that's happened more than once.
I almost blew out a karaoke speaker once.
Really?
I was singing It's Not Unusual.
See, but that doesn't really have any... That's just sort of a da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, but at the end it's like, it's not unusual to find that I'm in love with you. Whoa, whoa. You know?
So you went all belly.
Oh, I went all the way.
I love the belly version of that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice.
It was better then because I wasn't.
Now you're younger and your brain cells are better and your memory cells are better. Do you remember
Sure
the point
they are.
that I interrupted you on? Do you remember what you were going to say from earlier?
Yes, I do.
Wow. That's
Okay, do we
amazing.
have anything else to add to this beginning segment?
Just that you can check out the Amazon link and help us out at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com.
Make sure your Flash is activated because it won't work if you don't have Flash activated on your computer.
Damn WordPress!
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, it's just the app itself needs Flash to work.
Oh, okay.
So make sure Flash is activated. It should be, unless you try to go on your phone.
Now, I tried, I actually looked it up through Safari on my iPhone and it worked. So,
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Huh. And I
So-
know Steve Jobs is total anti-Flash.
Well, Steve Jobs is dead, so don't tell Steve Jobs that Flash is now available on the iPhone.
Okay, Steve, you didn't hear that. Actually, you can hear everything now
Are we
because
gonna-
he's in the wind and the stars.
We're gonna get a ghost email. Just gonna be an animated GIF of a grave turning.
We're actually recording this not too far away from where Steve rose to fame and prominence and dominated the world, so it's kind of
And
interesting.
probably died. I don't know where he died.
Yeah, where did he
I
die?
don't know where he's buried.
That's interesting.
I'll have
I
to
don't-
ask my mom. She read a giant book about Steve Jobs.
I was thinking about that. That guy was alive not too long ago, and he was this huge, like, now we're all like, Steve, like, oh my gosh, everything in the world technology-wise is...
Jobs, Steve
So, yeah.
Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve
Something
Jobs,
like-
Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, yeah!
Were you just doing one of those things like in the movies where you like throw this print over and over again like you would have had a million Steve Jobs words compounded on top of each other? Was that sort of the
No.
audio equivalent?
No, I was imitating a crowd of people at an Apple convention waiting for Steve Jobs to come on stage and tell them that their iPhone is going to be thinner this year.
Exactly. That's what he would do. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, so...
Now it's like Tim Cook.
Tim
is
Cook.
guy. Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Hi, Tim Cook. Oh, it's a watch. Wow.
Well, what was the other thing? Oh, that they have here. Oh, if you want to help us out through PayPal and become an inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster, there's Mike'sDailyPodcast.com, and you'll get a special MP3 for thee from all the Cafe Anyway characters. And then you can listen to us on YouTube, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, to iTunes, speaking of Steve Jobs. And if you rate and rank us, more people find out about us and we don't languish in obscurity.
We should have other names for those people based off of more George Clooney movies. Inglourious Basterds was a George Clooney movie.
No, it was a Brad Pitt movie.
That was a Brad Pitt movie.
Produced and
more
directed
Brad
by-
Pitt movies.
Brad Pitt movies.
I don't know any other Brad Pitt movies.
Thelma and Louise, Interview with a Vampire. What else did he do?
I don't know.
Oh, he did that Burn After Reading. It was like a Coen Brothers movie, and he had this weird font hairdo thing. Blah blah blah.
We should name them after George Clooney movies.
Okay, that's better.
The Men Who Listen to Podcasts.
Is that what movie is that?
The Men Who Stare at Goats.
Oh my gosh! You referenced the obscure movie. I did see
Not
that
really.
movie,
It's
though.
just more recent. I haven't seen it.
I had to see it because it's just in the name.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
George Clooney?
Oh, we're in a spot. I think that's what he said. We're in a tight
We're in a
spot.
spot.
We're in a spot. This is
You are my sunshine.
Yeah.
My only sunshine. What a strangely wonderful
I am a man of constant sorrow. I spent my life podcasting. La la.
movie. Anyway, the moral of the story is donate.
Thank you for bringing it back around, Haley. Yay. Oh, and we're on Facebook, facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast, and Twitter at Mike Talks, and on Tumblr, MikeBlogs.tumblr.com or Mike's Daily Podcast.tumblr.com. And
They're essentially the same, but Mike's blogs has a much prettier theme.
it does?
It does, yeah. The Mike's Daily Podcast at tumblr.com is a bit garish.
I need to spoof that up.
Spoof it. This entire podcast is a spoof.
It's a spoof of what a real podcast would be.
It's a spoof of ourselves.
Yes, this isn't how we really are.
This is how we really are.
This is how we are.
This is how we.
Oh, good.
do
We're
it.
still recording.
Oh no, we're still recording.
This is how we do it. Oh God, you went into like a '90s dance vibe there. That was cool.
This is how we day. You and I collide.
Howie Day did. I see what you did. Howie Day. I met Howie Day once.
Really?
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, I always thought he was bald, but then I was thinking of that other Howie.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel, yeah.
Howie Day has a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel is like me. But I don't have the evil goatee like him. I used to. Howie Mandel, I mean.
Yeah. Deal or no deal?
And the podcast pictures at mikesdailypodcast.com as well as the blog. And if you want my Deal or No Deal DVD game, it's just sitting in the garage. Maybe I can send it to you if you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I think I have one of those plug and play Deal or No Deals games. It's just the button and like start and stop. Start and reset buttons.
Oh, huh.
So like you just turn it on and it's like and you can go or you can go. That was me pressing the button or closing the lid of the box.
Oh, I didn't know they made such a thing.
Yeah, they always make those plug and play games.
All right, now today we have a special segment that we've never had before on Mike's Daily Podcast. I'm really excited about it. Haley is going to spring this on me like a loaded bear trap, and I'm the bear. And I'm coming after you, the listener, and suddenly a trap is sprung on me.
I'm gonna need you to do something really important for this segment. I'm gonna need you to play the Into an Interview segment in 3, 2.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, it's playing now.
1, go.
Into an Interview.
Hey, this is Haley the Semi here, and I'm here with Mike Matthews of Mike's Daily Podcast. Hey, how you doing today, Mike?
Hey, I'm doing great. Wait, am I Mike or are you Mike?
You're Mike.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm doing good. How are you today, Haley?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for joining me here on Mike's Daily Podcast. You guys might have heard of Mike from Mike's Daily Podcast and
oh my God, I'm blushing. Stop.
Mike's Daily Podcast. Okay. And anyway, so
that's probably the only thing I've done. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so glad that you're here with us today and we're going to be talking about Mike and Mike's Daily Podcast and Mike's characters. And tell us a little about yourself, Mike.
Well, I'm going to be 47 in November. I'm kind of scared about that. I've got no kids, nothing, no legacy I've left behind. Feel kind of hollow, soulless. I don't know what I'm doing in this world. I'm just, I'm running a religious radio station in the morning. Well, running it, I mean, it's running itself, but I kind of keep an eye on things. And then I hang out with this guy, this nondescript gender person called Haley.
Well, that's so great. Everyone, give him a hand. All right.
I have a dog. I have a dog named Basil the Boxer. He's very slobbery and jolly, and he's 7. He just turned 7 this weekend.
Oh, how adorable. That's almost dead in dog years.
No, it's 49, Haley. He hopefully will live another at least 4 years.
Hopefully.
But he'll have 4 wonderful years.
No, he's very cute. Very friendly.
You met him briefly.
I did. And when he was in the car as you were driving by to find a parking spot. And
hey, Haley, look at my dog.
Look at my dog. Drive-by pet. And then as you drove away, he whined because he was no longer being petted. It was adorable.
Yeah. He likes to be petted and to leave traces of drool everywhere. But yeah, I love dogs. I believe you should spay and neuter your pets.
Yes.
Because just not to help the world, but to just be mean horrible.
Yes.
And to cause torture to animals. No, I think it's good to do that. Hey, but my dog was castrated before I met him. So.
You know, my girlfriend had her cat spayed like 3 times.
Really? The first time
they botched it. They've actually botched it, and that cat still wants to hump everything.
Oh God!
It's really annoying.
I wonder if it's a form of domination, like dogs do it. So they don't necessarily do it.
He tries to be the prince of the house, but I just kind of push him off the bed.
Yeah. And sometimes, can you walk a cat? Can you? You
can.
Get some of the extra energy out.
I used to try to walk my cat, but we had to put this special harness on it because, like, it didn't wear a collar. She didn't wear a collar because she was a purely indoor cat. And so the special harness was like looped around her arm and then around her waist, but she managed to slip out of it usually. Yeah, because they're so, soft and smooth. Yeah, and she's a big fluffy cat, so we couldn't quite get it tight enough without really hurting her,
Yeah, I often wondered about that with cats.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult.
But I'm not just dogs and bald parts. I'm all in podcasting. I like music. I think I know a lot about music. Not as much as you, but I feel I have an appreciation for it.
Yes, you do. You have music on every one of your podcasts. How did that come around? Because you have a song that starts in every single one of your podcasts.
That's a very good question. I think people say that's a very good question because they don't have an answer right away, so they're kind of trying to fill the space. And what it started off was with, there's some show that I don't know where I got that from. I just thought it might be interesting to have a song because I like to write songs. And I thought, well, if I have a song every show and I leave, because I produced that song, which is the Mike's Daily Podcast. That's my vocals doing the chorus, obviously, if you didn't figure it out, because I'm not the best harmonizer.
Oh, the Mike's Daily Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I thought, I'll just change the lyrics there. And I don't know anybody who does that on a podcast. Usually they've got a pre-recorded thing that goes, this is the podcast that does this, and here's your host.
Yeah. So, I've never heard anything like it. It does put on an interesting spin.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Even if it's a little antagonizing at first.
You mean it's antagonizing to the ear?
Sometimes.
Okay.
You have to have a particular appreciation for it. Which I do.
I'm not. So I don't sing on key, even though that song is in the key of C that anybody can sing. But I sometimes am just not quite.
No.
And you are a vocal. What do you call it? Expert.
Vocalist.
A vocalist.
Yes, I did used to.
And
sing.
so you have perfect pitch, and
No.
what do you know? What perfect pitch is for a banjo? If when you throw it, it lands in the dumpster. It's a perfect pitch. A bluegrass guy told me that joke. Alrighty.
Whenever the song starts and it gets to the point where you actually start singing, the chord progression always reminds me of Losing My Religion.
On that song at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, you could go straight into That's Me in the Corner. And
really?
It would fit perfectly.
I'll have to do that next show.
Yeah, it would be a little bit off, but for the most part, it would be perfect because I think Losing My Religion is in a minor key, but in that particular section, it just seems like it would fit.
That's Me in the Corner. That's Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's Mike's Daily Podcast. Losing My religious station.
Oh my gosh! You've played this song out in your head already. Over and over again. That's pretty cool.
Sometimes it's yeah. Anyway, so
do you know what song came into my mind? Actually, the first couple times I was doing that back in 2009.
Please tell me, is that when you started the show?
2009 was the first show called The Messy Desk.
So it has been 6 years?
Actually, that was late 2008.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Almost 7 years now.
Yeah, my Podomatic account goes back to early 2009. So it's, at first it was The Messy Desk. Then I'm like, ooh, I'll call it Mike's Podcast Picnic. And that's, I was trying to bring in some of the characters that way. and I didn't have, it wasn't produced or anything, no sound effects of the crowds or anything.
Where did these characters even come from? Because you have backstories and everything. I don't think the listener base really appreciated the fact that these are flushed out characters.
Why, that's true, Haley. They are fleshed out because they came from a show I did back in the 90s and early O's on HAYLEY. HAYLEY 100.7 in Ventura, California. It's still on. Cumulus owns them. I had a show called the Santa Fe Cafe, which was actually taken over from a guy who did it for like maybe 6 months. Then I had it for 11 years. And he had done a couple of characters, but just sort of like one or two. And I think they weren't very... My boss was like, hey, what you do impressions, why don't you have like Homer Simpson be on and Sean Connery and stuff? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I did that for a while. And then I'm like, screw this, I want to make up my own characters. So Chely Shoehart was after all these teenage girls that called up all the time. You wouldn't believe a country station in the 90s had so many teenage girls calling up. Do you guys play the I want to hear the Dixie Chicks. It was Dixie Chicks were huge. Shania Twain, you know, Faith Hill. They were going nuts for that stuff.
You got to have that cover of Landslide.
Yes. Anyway, I was going to start to sing it, but then none of the lyrics popped into my head.
Oh, they should. I've heard that song so many times.
And when you see your reflection in the snow-covered hill, well, the landslide brought it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow cover, this is the best part. Hill, well, maybe
we won't get a cease and desist letter from
Lindsey Buckingham played the guitar along with Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks wrote it. Yeah, that was the... So that's like Chely Shoehart. Floyd the Floorman, though, goes way back, Haley. That was the very first character. I was on a radio station in the 80s doing an overnight shift. And I'm like, I want to do a character on the radio. So I'm like, this is Floyd the Floorman! And I just sort of did this voice, right? And then he's super annoying. So that's probably where that comes from.
He's very loud. That's the distinct part of him. He's loud. He seems old. How old is Floyd?
Floyd's old. He's up there. I don't know. Probably just about hitting triple digits.
So how old is John?
John Deere. John Deere is probably just slightly, probably in his 60s. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's up there. He looks young. He stays fit.
He's staying fit. Yeah. He's I think he has a very streamlined diet. Bugs mostly. You know, just a little bit of termites because of they have good healthy fats. And yeah, John Deere's modeled after J.D. Strawler, who I worked with. He was an engineer back at KHAY, who I worked with actually for years ahead of that at another radio station. He like popped in and out of my life. That's weird in radio. You get people that pop in and out of your life.
Definitely.
That you're like, oh my God, I thought I left you behind at WLJ whatever FM.
WLJ cool.
That's right. That's not a real station.
No, it isn't. Should be.
So, how many people found that interesting, what I just said?
I found it fascinating. This is, people, if that one person that was probably kind of paying attention before I started this podcast, or started coming in with this podcast, probably found that fascinating. Because you told me a fair amount of information when I hopped on to the podcast, but I didn't know what your listeners knew or what was going on. So this is like a give back to the community. Learn about Mike Matthews. So a fascinating episode. That's why we had the Into an Interview intro, because this is the most important Into an Interview.
Why, thank you. This is the nicest present ever. You know, I'm going to take this as a birthday present, since my birthday is coming up in November. I may have mentioned that earlier. And I'm going to, that was the birthday present.
There you go.
That's it.
Finally. Good. I don't have to pay anything to get you anything. I'm so happy.
But I was a pretty good interview, because some interviews can be like you asked a question and I could have been, yeah. God, I hate those. Because that means I gotta edit.
What's your favorite bird?
Ooh, I really like what's the one with the pointy heads and they're blue?
The cassowaries? Those really fiendish ones that attack people in Australia?
Man.
Are they the flightless ones that you're talking about?
No. I was thinking of the ones that fly.
Are they the stellar jays? The blue jays, but they have the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the Stellar's jays.
Oh.
Yes. What was your first car?
Was the one that I bought with my own money, or first one I drove?
First car.
First one I drove was the Beast, a Travelall. Travelall truck is this crazy automatic Travelall. I can't think of what the hell the name of the... Anyway, it was, all my friends called it the Beast. We all piled in and we'd go drive to Moore Park or something.
Excellent.
Which is crap room spelled backwards. And one time I went to the back because it actually belonged to my stepfather, and somebody left a bong.
All right.
In the back seat. And
Beautiful.
I'm like, oh crap! I can't hold on to this because one of my parents find it. So they won't notice that just happened. and so I went to the ocean and threw it in the ocean. I polluted the ocean with a bong.
Wonderful.
A billabong.
A billabong. I like billabongs. What was your first pet's name?
Was it Dalmatian?
What's your mother's maiden name?
Oh, I can't give that out because that's like what they ask you for security questions. Oh, anyway, I see what you're doing. You're going for security questions. You evil, evil man. I'll go back and bleep all those out.
Sure. I was so close. All I needed was your bank account number.
This is why no one should ever do an interview, because you don't know what they're trolling for.
All right. Now, I just have a few more questions. There's some very important things.
Okay.
So first off, hypothetical situation here. I thought I'd have a little fun. Imagine you've taken the body of a slug.
Okay. Ooh, I just had a weird feeling about that. All right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us.
I had an aversion to salt just then.
Yes. Do you enjoy salty foods or do you enjoy sweet foods?
I think probably because I am a male in my 40s, I like salty foods better.
But you're a slug.
But, oh my gosh, so I hate myself. Well, that's normal.
Okay, that's fine.
But thank you, that was very confounding in my mind. I've kind of collapsed upon myself and I've created a miniature black hole.
That's beautiful. Maybe you can use it as hair.
But wait, a black hole would be the opposite of that, because hair comes out of a black hole.
Black holes generate light.
Light bounces off my head, so if I was a black hole, the light would be sucked into me.
That's true.
What do we usually do at this part of the show? Oh, we go outside.
We go outside.
Cafe anyway. We're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California.
That's good, because you ran out of crowd noises.
They don't know that, though. What we're listening to right now is not what you are hearing, the listener. So just want you to know.
Tweet.
I thought you were going to go drip, 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 goes the water.
No, I was thinking,
hey,
Rockin' Robin, tweet, Rockin' Robin, tweet.
Can I just say, I have a crush on a girl I work with at the other job I have.
Ooh.
But I can't say that because maybe she'll listen. No, she won't listen. So I got a crush on this girl, and but I don't know. Give me some advice. What do I do?
All right. So why are you asking me?
Because I thought you were the advice doctor.
I am the worst.
Oh.
I got asked out.
You got asked out recently.
I got asked out.
Oh, no.
Not recently.
Oh, a long time ago.
No, with my current girlfriend.
Oh, she asked you out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who we didn't talk to out here is, well, here he is.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, you didn't talk about our backstory.
It's not important. Hey, what did you want to say to Haley?
Haley, you know what? I really like your braided hair.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's really nice.
Hey, and that brings us to...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Are we going to use that podcast picture?
We're going to use that podcast picture.
Oh my gosh, this is the podcast picture.
So today's podcast picture was produced in collaboration with my girlfriend and I. She's the one that actually drew it because she does the arts. And she's very excited about doing the whole podcast thing. She listens every morning that she can.
Wow.
She says she really likes my voice, but I think she just likes making fun of you. Anyway.
That's all right. Either way, we win.
So it's...
Wait, maybe I don't win. But anyway, okay.
So this is the first time that people get to see me.
Yes, because they have you've been like not descript. We haven't described you really.
No. So this is a picture of me talking to a very scared-looking Mike because he never knows what I'm going to say next.
And our boss walked in the other day and saw the picture, and he went,
Well, that's you.
pointing to me, the bald guy. That I know that's you.
Yeah, he's
okay.
like that kind of looks like you, and it does, but it looks like you in the past.
Right? Yeah, probably when I was younger and less of wrinkles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Haley has wonderful hair, red eyes.
Yes.
Because constantly people are taking pictures of him, and he's got the red eye going on.
And I'm really stoned.
Really stoned, but no, it's a great picture. I love the shading. Your girlfriend has just I love her style.
Yeah, she mixes it up as far as styles go, but I like what she chose for this picture.
It kind of reminds me almost of anime in a way, maybe because of the eyes, because they're so big.
Maybe because they're just huge.
Yeah,
maybe.
But not anime at the same time.
Yeah,
very. Fremont-ish.
Yes, this is, Union City.
Union City-ish.
Union City specific art.
Haley, I did a total F-up the other day.
Dun, dun, dun.
When I was coming back from Menlo Park and going to the karaoke show in Hayward, I thought I'll get off of 880 because the traffic was so bad. And I'm like, I'll just go